I think this time, like what I'm talking about right now, happened. Like I said, when I was 7, I'm probably more like 6. I can't remember the exact dates. If I get the dates of the game's release, it'll help me put everything in the retrospect. But so we shot those birds, shot at them for probably a good 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. Then I was like, hey, you want to go down and swing? And he's like, sure, why not? So we went down onto my swing set and we swang probably for a good 10, 15 it seemed like. And then we decided to go inside and I don't know, I think I didn't have a room at the time because it was just my dad, so I was there for the weekend. So I was sleeping on the couch, but like, obviously I'm gonna hang out in my older brother's room even. He's not in there, I'm just gonna hang out in there. So we went in there, and then I pulled my Game Boy Color out of my pocket, and he says, whoa, what's that? I'm like, Game Boy Color. He's like, oh yeah. Yours is different than mine, because mine was like a turquoise color. And I thought that's how they all were. But, I might be mistaken. And he's like, do you have Pokemon? I was like, yeah, isn't that the only game for Game Boy Color? Like I was all puzzled because I got it for Christmas. I didn't know there's other games for it. So after we found out that we both had Pokemon, he ended up bringing it over. Next time he came over with his dad, and basically from there we became friends. And just various times when he came over to work on the bulldozer, his dad, he would hang out with me and we'd have a lot of fun. And we just became friends that way. And 2 years after that, I found out that my dad's actually dating his mom. I was like, whoa. At times, because I guess his dad ended up got into a bad motorcycle accident and ended up moving down south. I don't know the exact or the whole story, but that's what I got out of it. And so really, the sad part is he kind of grew up like fatherless almost. So that was a little bit sad. But that's kind of what I think. Kind of weird saying this. I think that's what I liked about him was because like I'm kind of like his brother, even though he did have an older sister. Then she's like 3 or 4 years older than him. I don't care to do the math right now. But she was, sisters, older sisters, and they're close enough to just be, always pissed at each other. So I was kind of like his brother because he's like 5, 6 months younger than me. So we're the same age. And he was really cool. We had Pokemon games and we basically they came over every weekend and I was there every weekend. Since he didn't have school, he could come over. So for 2 summers, which is, obviously 2 years, which is a long time when you're a little kid, he came over and we kept up with the Pokemon. And after that, we ended up getting, what did we get? Game Boy Advances. This is when we're a little bit older. And that's like when Leaf Green and all those came out. I forgot what was, I think it was Leaf Green. But like we got the first Pokemons on the Game Boy Advanced, which was the new big thing because it had the wider screen. And then all of a sudden they came out with the ability to take that big ass cord and connect your games, trade your Pokemon, and actually battle each other. So freaking every time he would come over, I bought the cable, or my dad bought it for me, so me and him could play. we would battle each other. It'd be amazing. And that's kind of how we continued our friendship. And now I'm gonna skip to about 3.5, going towards 4 years ago. My dad decided to, well, by this time he's been living with her for 2.5, 3 years. They were living together, but I was never really, I only came there on the weekends. And then Anthony's mom finally decided to buy her own house. So 3 years ago they got their own house. And that's when really I started going over there a lot more. It's a nice house. You know, it has plenty of land. So we live in upstate New York, so the seasons, they change quite quickly. We go from spring to summer. Summer stays for a little bit. In the fall, where it starts to get real nasty and cold. And then winter, and then before you know it, spring's back around here again. So we just been riding out the seasons. Like, I got a camera probably the first year they moved in there 3 years ago, and I used it to start making YouTube videos. That's kind of how I got my start. My first channel was G4 Sniper 1. It's still up there, by the way. I'm subscribed to All Around Gaming Vids, so you can actually click on it and see some of my first videos if it'll go back that far, which is pretty crazy. I know, but that's kind of how everything's played out. Well, a little bit of a lag, and we've been friends for, it's been 10 years now. That's just how it works, I guess. I don't know, I'm really happy to have him as a best friend. I hope he feels the same way, I don't know. It's hard when we only get to see each other every other weekend now, which sucks totally. So twice a month I get to see him. Or a total of 4 days I get to see him. It's like Saturday, and then part of Friday, part of Sunday, and all day Saturday. That's it. So it's been a little bit tougher ever since I only see him every other weekend. Plus I only get to see my dad every other weekend, so that's when I see, Anthony is when I go see my dad. So it makes it tough when I go see dad and I'm hanging out with Anthony all the time. And I know my dad doesn't mind, but I'm there to see him too. So it's definitely a different perspective, for sure. Let me go ahead, save this. I'm going to save the game and stop this recording for now. And I'll see you guys when I get back. I'll probably train my Pidgeot, or not Pidgeot, but Pidgey some more. And continue on my journey of becoming a Pokemon expert / master. Guys, remember to subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you later.